This is the Sauce Experience, man. Live on deck. I haven't been down here in quite some time. Quite some time, but I'm here nonetheless. We are working. God is good. Happy Veterans Day to all of the vets. The US vets, the street vets, all of the vets, period, right? Um, like I said, I haven't been in this actual setup in quite some time, but it's kind of cool, man. I'm gonna keep it tall. It's cool. You know why it's cool? Because it shows me the growth and the progress and the journey um, that I have been on as a streamer, podcaster, blogger, things like that, right? So I want to talk about Max B, amongst other things. I want to talk about a lot of things because I did do my boxing live stream earlier, and I think the people that I was trying to reach got the memo. Also, um, the people that I was exposing definitely got the memo, right? I said, yo, I'm gonna set it off, right? And when I set it off, not only did I hold on, say there's no service. I hope this does not affect when I start sharing the screen. I just feel like it is. I don't know why. I really feel like it is, right? But we're gonna keep our fingers right that this does not affect the stream. But this is where it started. I just want to document. This is where we I already see what we're up against. The Wi-Fi signal will be flaking in and out down here, man. I already see what we're going to be up against with this one, right? Salute to the two that's in the building, man. Salute to the two that's in the building. All right, whatever. You can just put it back on. Um, yeah, the Wi-Fi signal's gonna be messing up down here. I already see. I can tell already because it kicked me out the studio. Right? It kicked me out, man. But the show must go on, man. The show must go on. So I already know when I attempt to share the screen, I'll probably be dealing with some BS technical difficulty. So I'm just gonna, you know, get y'all ready for that. because that's what we're looking at right now. All right. That's what we are looking at. Yes, salute CW. You see we're working. And thank you. Thank you for the donation, CW. As you can see, it goes a long way. Hopefully you enjoyed that boxing. That boxing. I did a phenomenal boxing live this morning, CW. That a lot of, the Johnny come latelys are attempting to mimic. You know how these guys do. They don't watch me, but they're mimicking me. All right? These old Mark busters. They're mimicking right now. They are mimicking. But I talked about Earl Spence, right? I talked about a lot of things, man. But this right here is going to be about Max B, Big Val, and Jim Jones being exposed as a gatekeeper with no power right now. Because Max B has come home and the internet is on fire, right? On fire. But what did Jim Jones attempt to do? Please put it in the comments if you know. Right? Jim Jones, upon Max B's release on Sunday, was telling people to choose sides, basically. He could have been set up, right? And we're going to talk about that, right? He could have been set up to have some, what he's been looking for, action, algorithm, rocking and rolling. But when people were asking him, would he work with Max B, right? They was like, yeah, would you work with Max B? He was like, nah, right? Nah. Right? He was like, nah, never. Yeah, like after this man being sat up for 16 years, yeah, like their beef was still that bad, right? So now he's on the other side of all of the wave, the motion. So he's looking like a gatekeeper, right? And the reason why he's looking like a gatekeeper is because what did he do? He told people, don't attend the party, right? He attempted to do the industry thing. He attempted to do the industry. Yes, Michael Knight, the wave is free. The wave is free. Salute to you too, good brother. You see, I got it's Veterans Day, so I took it for the vets, man. I got the fatigue joint on today. But he attempted to gatekeep this man, keep him out of the loop. Did that work? I don't think it worked. And right now, Max B is, to me, stronger than ever. Not only him, his family, his daughter, who was an artist. I believe his son raps, because I was watching Sub-Zero last night. Salute to my guy, Sub, right? Did y'all see Sub? Yo, Sub, I love his platform. That's why I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of the boxing guys, man. I don't think at a certain time and hour, this is what I was watching last night. Look, the news by Shanewz just Sub-Zero right here. He had 603 in the building. I was one of them. I subscribed. Right? There he is. I was checking this out last night. I really, like I said, if none of my executive producers or research team sends me certain boxing things, I do not partake in it no more, man. I just don't. Because to me, a lot of the boxing content creators, not only are they goofballs, a lot of them are agents, gatekeepers, dry haters. They have yet to accomplish a lot of things in boxing, but they will act like they're bigger than people that actually accomplish things in boxing. But hey, go figure, right? He said, I'm a Marine vet. That hat is fly, brother. I have the Marine one too. I have the Marine one, but I wore a lot of the Marine ones. I wore it already. We had that. I had that on at the fights. And
which one?
Verona, New York. Please focus on what you're doing. Thank you. In Verona, New York, I rocked the Marine color one last November. But today I have on Army fatigue right here. But all of them rock these type of fatigues, but it is what it is. Thank you for that, Michael Knight. Thank you. Appreciate you. But yes, the Wave Guard is home, and he has the algorithm on fire. And like I said, he also has exposed Jim Jones to be an industry buster, an industry mark. He's an industry mark, man. And now he looks like the ultimate gatekeeper with no motion. With absolutely no motion. What is y'all thoughts on that, man? Put it in the comment section. Like China Brim will say, put it in the comment section, right? I'm gonna go over here to China Brim real quick. You know. Uh-oh. All right, I'm about to say, damn, I'm about to say, damn, that the content. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Put that down. Don't touch that. And don't speak about nothing. Leave that alone. Just focus on what you're doing, please. Thank you. Thank you. This is bring your kids to work day, y'all. All right. How's the content looking though, y'all? How's the content looking? All right. He says, Max B got locked up when I was like 15. I'm 32 now. I'm glad he's free. That's a lot. Yeah, he did 16 plus years. But they already trying to put the smear campaign on his jacket that he's a rat. But I don't even think that matters anymore. I'm going to get to that. You know why? Because who's not a rat? You know that is not glorified in society on social media. You have the rat from Atlanta, Woody, known rat. Tekashi 6ix9ine, known rat, right? These guys have motion in the industry, but they're known rats. Charleston White, known rat. So does that really matter? Appreciate that. Michael Knight said the content looking good. Hopefully it's sounding good right now. Look, let me know if you can hear this, Michael Knight. I don't want it too loud because I'm in like a private booth, and there's other people over here, so I don't really want to mess with their what's the name. But let me know if you can hear this audio as well.
When he gets
out. Max B.
Okay.
So Max got dick out of here.
What? All right. Okay. Has that conversation even come up though?
No, people don't play with me with that conversation. Ain't nobody can tell me nothing about that. That's the first thing I say. You heard?
Okay.
That's how you feel. That end the deal for anybody. There ain't no Max talk in my conversation. Period.
You heard him? Ain't no Max talk in my conversation. That was Jim Jones. I wonder how he feels now about that interview and that comment. What do you guys think? There is no Max talk in my conversation. Max is the wave right now, brother. Look, to be honest, right? If you would have took the high road or the righteous, honorable road, all of the motion that Max has right now, and you was a part of that, right? You are a part of it, but you're a part of it looking like a dry hater, right? You're a dry hater right now because he has the motion. He's been locked up for 16 years. For 16 years, you've been free, brother. Free. Like I said this morning, in the boxing live stream that I did, I don't think you ever was this hot. And you had bangers, balling. I don't ever think you had the internet, the algorithm like this. And you've been doing a lot of algorithm stunts. I don't think you ever had. Put it in the comments if you had. Like we said, we're here to, blog and stream. Has Jim Jones ever had the internet on fire like what Max B has just did? He just came home Sunday. He was already on the field at the Jets game. His welcome home party was crazy. He's been in the studio. He's got a co-sign from 50 Cent, Luca Brasi, the Taliban, right? French Montana, right? So he's got a lot of industry backing right now. He said Jim was hot for about 6 months with ball. At least you gave him 6 months, brother. But listen, Michael Knight, man, feel free, man. Was he ever this hot though? Like I know Ballin' was a hot record. The Giants played it. The Giants played it. Who else? A lot of sports franchises was using it. But did he ever have like the internet on fire? Like, this dude literally came home Sunday. Sunday. No, never. Thank you. That's all I was looking for, man. Put it in the comments section. Shout out to China Bread, right? No, he never did. I said that this morning. I was like, yo, this dude never. And he's been the shit with Cam and Fat Joe and all these dudes. He still never got the internet in a frenzy like this. This guy just touched down Sunday, and the internet is upside down right now, man. Upside down, Max B. And look, this guy had a golden opportunity to not look like a hater. He looks like a hater right now. Look. Blicky, hold on, let me stop. Max, leave the blickies alone, brother. You just came home, man. Leave the blickies alone, man. You did 16 joints. I know you want to have the blicky tuck. Maybe you might want to get with me, man. License to carry, man. Holla at me, man. I hold the blicky down for you. You don't need to have the blicky tuck. You need to, well, I don't think you're doing that. I think I seen you with your big bro French. You guys are moving right? But man, you are on fire now. I bet you Jim Jones wish he didn't do some of these interviews. I bet he wish he didn't tell Mano these things. Because look, put it in the comments real quick. How does Jim Jones look right now, man? How does he look?
He looks like 50 cents.
How does he look? Like if you were somebody and you are unbiased, right? And you are observing, you like, damn, this man did 16 years in jail. Finally got his freedom. Prior to that, him and Jim Jones did have a relationship, you know. It's not even alleged. We don't have to say alleged. Max B wrote a lot of those bangers. He was on a lot of those early songs that Jim was hot on. I don't know if he wrote Ballin'. I think Ballin', rest in peace, might have been a late stack bundle, repping time, late stack bundle. But like a lot of Jim's hits was Max. So he does not like him. I'll bring it back what he said. All right, let's bring that back.
A bitch actually.
Yeah, does Jim look crazy or what right now? Yeah, he looks crazy, man. Yeah, he looks crazy, man. But he didn't have to, man. He did all of these interviews, man. He did all of these interviews, man. He looks crazy. Why? All you had to do was take the high road and keep that shit to yourself. Keep that salty shit to yourself. But you sat on an interview. You sat on the interview.
And I need you. It's just like I got it.
Will you work with Max B when he gets out?
Fuck Max B.
What?
Okay.
Suck dick
Don't have it.
out of here.
All right. Okay. Has that conversation even come up though?
No, don't play with me.
Oh man, look, why wouldn't you work with Max B? Why wouldn't you work with Max B? Why wouldn't you work with Max B, right? Why wouldn't you work with Max B? I'm back. He didn't want to work with Max, man. Now he looks crazy, right? Because Max has the wave. Yes, Max has the wave, man. Right? Doesn't Max have the wave, man? Put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. Does Max have the wave right now? Does Jim look salty? Right?
With that conversation, ain't nobody can tell me nothing about that thing I say. You heard?
Okay.
That's how you feel. That end the deal for anybody. There ain't no max talk.
That's how you feel. That'll end the deal. Let me write that down. If that's how you feel, that'll end the deal. So it might have ended your deal. What do y'all think, man? That's his words. If that's how you feel, that might have ended the deal. I think that might have ended your fresh home is hot.
My conversation. Period.
Okay.
Yo, Max got the internet on. Jim's looking crazy right now, man. Jim, you looking real crazy right now. When you type in Max B, right? Look, when you type in Max B, right? Watch what comes up, man. Like I said, the service down here is a little flaky. It's taking a long time. But when you type in Max B, right? You do a Max B search. It's real tricky. Yeah, I knew that was coming. I'm sorry, y'all. So I'm not gonna keep trying to attempt to share the screens anymore. I told you that was coming, man. But man, Jim Jones is looking crazy, isn't he? He looks yo. Not only does he looking crazy, he looks like and I say this respectfully, a washed up gatekeeper right now, bro. You attempted to gatekeep. Yo, CW, you said it best. That's why I highlighted your comment. You said Max has the wave, Jim don't, man. Jim's looking, he looks crazy. And anybody that's standing next to him, that ain't, that's allowing him to continue to crash out like this. What do you think about that, man? What do you think about that, man? What do you think about that, man? If you're around it, and I gotta be honest, man, because remember how CW in here, right? Remember how they used to come at me when I was telling my troops about Errol Spence, Derrick James. What they was always saying about me? I was bitter, I was mad, I was all of these things. Where's that energy at for Jim? Right? And Jim is hating on a man, right? That was incarcerated for 16 years. Had a 75-year sentence, did 16 plus. This is the man that he's hating on, right? And Jim has money. Now, the people that they said I was hating on and I was bitter, they were up. Millionaires, right? Jerry James, a millionaire. Earl Spencer's a millionaire. They said that I was hating on these guys. I was mad, I was bitter, right? But look, the truths have come out now about a lot of them, right? So what about Jim Jones? If I was bitter and I was hating on people that were pushing lies and slander, And then it came out that they was really like this and doing a lot of these things. But yeah, I was bitter. I was mad. What does that make Jim Jones, man? Put it in the comments, man. It's 4 of y'all in here, man. There's 5 of y'all in here now. Put it in the comments. What does that make Jim Jones? A successful, sad, exactly. That's a great one. Thank you, CW. You know what I was gonna say? But I'm gonna use that. Yes, it does make him sad. And the reason why it makes him sad is, and I want y'all to catch this. This is like I said, Jim Jones is a millionaire. Touch millions. Pay attention. You're like, no, he ain't. What's the name of them expose his worth? Yo, in the 16 years, look, I got my notes out here. In the 16 years that Max B was incarcerated behind a wall, no freedom, Jim Jones made at least $1 million. Does anybody want to debunk that? Does anybody want to debunk that? I'm giving y'all a second before I move on. Let's keep cooking, right? So, yeah, sad, I like that one. He is sad. Because in the 16 years that Max B had no freedom, he was a statistic, he was a number. Jim Jones at least made $1 million. He made way more than that. So sad is a great one. That is a great one, CW. I like that one. He is sad because when he was interviewed and he did other things, it seemed like he was hating. You was hating. You telling people. And it just reminds me, like I said, of a lot of these guys that sit around talking boxing. That's what they do. But they do it on stuff, like I said earlier, they sold their soul to the devil for nothing. For nothing. But at least with Jim, right? Jim Jones has sold his soul for at least a little bit of riches. But this is what he's doing. He's telling people, yo, don't work with this guy. Don't work with this guy. What type of shit is that, man? Don't work with him. Do not work with him. Like that is borderline nasty work. Look, I'm gonna take this down now. Look, I'm in the spot right here, right? Look, I'm gonna show y'all how I'm moving and grooving. Watch this. Look, see, I got the private booth today. Look at me, y'all. This is where I started out at, man. I started out here. Now I'll be upstairs in the conference rooms. This is where I started out at, man. I didn't have this good of equipment. I forgot that the internet really didn't work that good there, man. I really did. Because I'm so used to being upstairs. That's why I'm not going to go back to that screen, sharing the screen. Yes, they're gonna. It's gonna be like that. I'm sorry, y'all. I am so sorry, but it's gonna be like this. Just because of how the Wi-Fi signal was set up. I'm in the basement. And that's just how the Wi-Fi signal is set up down here. But hopefully, like I said, I really wanted to share more. But you know, when I attempt to share the screen, this is what's happening down here. But I'm not mad at that fact. But back to Jim. 16 years, this guy didn't have freedom. Comes home, today is Tuesday, turned up already. A lot of people asked you, I think they might have been setting you up too, man. And you really just shot yourself in the head with that one, right? Yo, would you work with Max B? You was like, never. You know, doing some, I'm not going to pull it back up. You know what you said, right? Don't play with me. You will lose your deal. you might have just lost your deal. I know you got whatever you got going on, but how many people right now? Like I seen 50 already co-sign Max B. Yo, Cameron, right? These are all the people that is out there. I was gonna pull all this up, but we in the basement tonight, so the service is a little flaky. But put it in the comments, man. Sad. What's another adjective for Jim Jones right now? What's another adjective, man? There's a lot out there. He could be classified as a hater. Sad, though. I like sad, though. Sad, that is a fire one. Like I said, in 16 years, while this man was tied down, he was the number. You at least made $1 million free as a free man, right? As a free man. But yet, you have an issue with working with him or anybody working with him. See, that's where you fucked up at to me. And I want to get y'all read on that. How y'all feel about that, right? Granted, if you got a beef with him, that's your beef, right? But this, like I said, this reminds me of the YouTube shit. Niggas that have beef, right? Pay attention to this. I watch this with the YouTube boxing. People that have a beef or an issue with other content creators, and they would do what Jim Jones just did. Yo, if you work with him or you fuck with him, you can't fuck with me. I know they even trying to put that on me. That's why I like, yo, shout out to my brother CW, NYT, Gumbo. Team Shanewz boxing, guys, man. I mess with the guys that mess with me. If you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. That's how I keep it. I'm not into clicking up with niggas. I feel like you don't have to click up with people. Upset, bitter, disappointed. Yes, all of the above. Great adjective, CW. Great. Upset. We could branch off of the sad tree today. Yes, he's upset. And I think, you know why I think he's upset? And I'm going to branch off on this, like I got my notes. The reason why he's upset is because you see the relationship that French Montana has. The relationship that French Montana has with Max B, that was once Jim Jones. Right? Jim Jones, like I said, he wrote a lot of songs for Jim. Jim was hot at one point. And a lot of that was because of Max. And rest in peace, Stack Bundles. Right? So yes, upset, bitter, disappointed. Great adjectives, CW. Great adjectives. I agree. Because he sees right now, Max is home. And Max's daughter is talented. His son probably can rap too. Player hater. Yes, he is. A hater. He's a player hater. Man, player hater. Man. Remember that Biggie song? Player hater. I don't mess with player haters, man. And you see, W, you know this. You are in the field, right? The boxing community consists of too many of those. Not only are they player haters, they try to block your money. They try to block your opportunity. They sit online. They hate on you. They form secret coalitions. That's why I just stay away from that, man. Because, see, I'm the type, my daughter left. She probably went upstairs. She's running around doing other things. See, I'm the type, right? When you hate on me, you're hating on her. You're hating on my family, right? So when I catch you, I press the line on you. Because I'm like, yo, what was that about, man? What was that about? You fucking weirdo. Right? What was that about, man? Like, a lot of you niggas play internet games, and I'll be like, yo, what's up? I don't see you guys moving and grooving like how I move and groove. You don't have a brand. You're not out here live, but you on the internet and you want to do smear campaigns, slander, defamation. I don't see none of you niggas getting no money off of your name. A lot of you niggas can't even get a job off of your name. Can you go somewhere? There's a blank piece of paper and fill out an application, right? Look, I'll put it right here so y'all can see it, right? Fill out an application and they be like reference, right? and you put your name as the reference, and somebody calls you, because that's what they do. When you put a reference down, they call you. If they call you and your name is whatever your name is, I'll just make up a name. I'm gonna just look, since I'm gonna use this one. To me, an adjective that I was gonna use against Jim Jones, like you said, bitter, I'm gonna say John Lemon. If your name is John Lemon as a reference, and they call up John Lemon, and they say, yeah, now I'm gonna use a ghetto name, Tyreek. Tyreek came in here, he's trying to get a job. I see he put you down as a reference, Mr. John Lemon. John Lemon is a respected man. So now when John Lemon says, yes, Tyreek is my guy, that will get you the job right there, right? See, a lot of you niggas don't have that ability. You know why? Because your name is Basuda. What you are about is Basuda. What you represent is Basuda. You're garbage. And you're internet garbage. So that's why you don't understand that. And that is why when it comes to my name, and I have a list, just like this list I made right here, I have a list of everybody that attempted to play with it, whether it was on the internet or not. And when I catch them, we got to get that understanding. Because when you play with my name, like I said, I am winding down on a successful career as a municipality worker because of my name. A lot of doors. I played some content. CW, definitely check out that content. Them videos were from like 7 years ago when I was in the Russell family camp. You seen that exclusive boxing authentic content? I would throw some of it up right now. But I think, how the internet is playing right now. Watch when I share the screen, it's going to shut it down. And it definitely shut it down. But a lot of this content right here with me and my family, right? I got because of who I am, my name, right? And who I am. This right here, look. Hopefully you guys see this. It doesn't kick me out. If it kicks me out,
prepare for action as Jack leads with guns blazing toward the ultimate Apex challenge.
Bullet! Smoking. Guns blazing. Guns blazing, Jack.
yes.
Word.
Yes, good work, champ.
Blazing. Word. Word, Jack. Already. Apex.
Man, look, they was in the corner, man. Shout out. Look, there goes T-Dog right there taking off the glove. That is my brother right there. That is my brother. That's NYT. You see NYT's probably at work right now. That's NYT taking off the glove of Gary Russell Jr. Now, my name. Yes, my name. That was Jack of Fitness at the time, but my name, Shalom. Shanewz. Holds weight. So I don't play about my name, especially when guys come on this internet and play those games, man. What's that about, man? Especially when your name is Basuda. Stay in your lane, man. If you can't show me nothing that your name got you, stay in your lane, man. Be what you are, jealous hater, like CW said. Be what you are, upset, bitter, disappointed, sad, right? Sad. How's the content looking, y'all? How's the content looking, man? Shout out to Gary, man. Gary had quit. His hands are still that fast, right? That was about 6 years ago. Gary still, they say you slow down. I haven't, he might have slowed down like a tit, right? Hands are still that fast, man. And sharp. You know who else's hands is like that? All three of the brothers. All four, even Alan. Alan's the trainer. But Antoine, Twan the Dawn, Polo got some quake mitts, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys is talking about Norman Jr. and Devin Haney. They better keep an eye out for Polo the Dawn, man. He's right there, right? And you know, this ain't really boxing, but we'll talk a little boxing, right? You know, Polo, a lot of the hitters from Boots Ennis, right? Africa, Tiafimo, right? Keyshawn Davis, look, Shakur Stevenson. What happens in the gym stays in the gym. But those guys right there, ask them about Gary Antoine Russell. That's all I'm gonna say. So I think when he does decide to move up, guys at 147 are in trouble, trouble, trouble. How's the content looking, y'all? How are we looking? Yo, CW, I do want to allow you to come on. I got a little bit of time, but I just think like, you know, down here they've been messing with the frequency. The frequency, like you see how many times they kicked me out the studio already. But I'll be at the gym later. Maybe I'll go live at the gym. And if you want to come on, then CW, I'll send you the link. I'll probably do a stream yard in the gym and stuff. But I'm gonna do some gym content tonight. I'll be at the gym, you know. Yeah, they be sideline suckers. They in the bushes, man. Yeah, my man Cowboy said, yeah, I ain't sucker punching. I punched on the sucker. yeah, they content suckers, man. It's a lot of them, man. You gotta stay clear of them, man. You gotta stay clear of them, right? And just because they do views and they pay for certain shit, that doesn't mean they're not a sucker. Some of the biggest ones are. That's what they about. They're suckers, man. I stay away from them niggas, right? Because when I pop out and they in my presence, they feel it. Especially when they know they did a lot of gatekeeping and sideline sucker shit to try to keep me out the game and downplay my name. Yeah, they be when they get in my presence, they be what they are, cowards, chumps, rodents, roaches. But yet still I rise because I'm walking my path with God, man. But I just sometimes I just be wanting them niggas to get real stupid. Get stupid, nigga. Remember when I said that and Malik was laughing? I was like, niggas get stupid. I get dumb too, right? Yo, rest in peace to Maserati Fox, man. I get stupid too. What he said, Mozzie had one of my favorite lines, man. He said, Mozzie said, walk with my gun out. All you heard was dumb out. Walk with my gun out. All you hear is dumb out, man. Dumb out, man. Dumb out, man. We keep them shells for the dumb outs, man. You dumb out? Walk with my gun out. All you hear is dumb out. He said, it's good. Don't worry about it. We get it next time. All right, CW. No doubt. But how's the content looking, man? Look, I'm going to just show y'all. If I wanted to put my feet up, right, it's roomy down here. But like I said, the only thing that sucks down here is the service. Like I can put my feet up. This is a private booth. This is a private booth. I started out down here. I didn't have the best of equipment. Now I got the fire equipment. Right? Look, I'll take the it's gonna do it. Look, it's mad. Once I start flexing, you see how it gets? You see how it gets when I start flexing? Look. See how it gets when I start flexing and it don't want me doing that, man. Because this is the vision, this is growth right here. It don't like me doing that. It don't like me showing, right? Cause see when you showing, you show and prove, you fronting on niggas. You popping it. See, I'm popping it right now. Right? I'm popping it, man. A lot of these niggas, they be going live. The room raiders. I'm not in no room. This is a room. So it's roomy too. Look, if one of y'all was to come up in here, look. How that look, man? See? Look. Veterans Day. How that look? Look, how that look, man? Look. Like Gary. Look, can I pop it like Gary? Let me see. Let me see if I can get mine off like Gary. Gary's Southpaw. So Gary's right here with right, cool. Right? Then if I go conventional right here, can I get it off? See the faint? Yeah. How the content looking, man? Huh? How the content looking, man? See, it's spacious in here too. It's spacious in here too. Dancing on the T, my brother T-Dog. Yo, T-Dog, I sent you those videos. Look. And they, yo, T, they ain't know, look. I was a karate man too, look. I still can get the leg up, look. Let me get this out the way, show you. You know, I was a karate man, so right? If I was calm and collected like this, boom, and I had to kick you, look, see that? Yeah, look, y'all ain't thinking the source can get his leg up like that, right? Kick you right in your face, look. Either way, look. Either foot. Right there, man. Play with me. Yo, T, what did you say, T? Did I come out of retirement? How the content looking, man? How the content looking, man? Walk with my gun out. All you hear was dumb out. Yo, shout out to my homegirl. I seen her today at Home Depot. I did a delivery at Home Depot. She said, I ain't seen you since high school. I seen her today. Shout out to her, man. You know, we be moving around, man. But listen, I'm going to get up out of here. T, you said I was dancing. Hold on, T. Let me see if I still got it, T. Oh, yeah, y'all ain't know Sauce could do the MMA thing too, huh? Y'all ain't know, huh? How the content looking, y'all? Run out. Huh? Run out. Yo, and I'm in a varsity jacket. T said, you got to be able to use all them limbs. Facts. They don't know, T. They don't know. They have no clue. But shout out to the 6 that's in the building. We're going to wrap it up. Look, the basement down here is very spacious too, man. Right? This is for the brother that said, invest in your brand. If I want to conduct the interview in here, look, I have the chairs. Look at my daughter, man. Even her garbage in here. Right? But look at all the room in here, right? Very spacious, look. Very spacious. So you can conduct something in here. It's just the conference room upstairs is much larger. But in here, it's still good. Phone booth, right? Yo, CW, you in here? CW said you have to get it in the phone booth. Look, if you do, right? Come with the elbow right there. Hands, knees, feet, man. Chill, T. Don't give them the sauce formula. Let them come out and taste it. T, let them come out and taste it, man. They gotta come out and taste it. He said, I have to pull out my 8-ball jacket. Let these young boys know I used to be fly. Oh yeah. Yo, speaking of that, right? Oh, that's the time check. All right, speaking of that, yo, I used to have an 8-ball jacket, right? But remember the 8-ball jackets, dudes was getting robbed, all type of shit for it, right? My mom's, she wasn't going for it. She used to be like, My mom's used to be like, You can't rock that, right? It was like starter jackets too. Remember the starter jackets? Yo, Tom, I'm gonna do a live stream on one of those one day, right? I'm gonna do a live on that. On, the wears from the 90s, late 90s, early 90s, fashion, and what dudes used to get robbed for and stuff, man. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this sauce, right? And hold on, they finally sent one through. They sent the troll through. Yes, Beetlejuice, you're right. I am Beetle. But man, Beetle's good over here, player. Beetle's good over here, player.
In the arena, look who I got. Ring girl.
Hi, Arena. Miss you, girls.
Hey. Thank you.
That's Beetlejuice, man. Beetlejuice boxing, man. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the sauce, man. Humble beginners, man. This is where it started out at, right down here. Now we upstairs in the big conference room. But if I have to get down the phone booth, I still can, man. I still can, man. But listen, never limitation on the things you do and can accomplish. And when you start to grow, don't be afraid of people that attempted to front on you, especially when they try to downplay who you are and what you do. Throw it in their face.
This is your boy Jamel Simplified Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk Podcast. Hey,
Yes,
we're doing
the
big
Ninja
things.
Turtles,
Shout out to
fire.
everybody out there in
Definitely.
LA as well. Simplified.
Definitely.
Salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.
The internet, man. We about to close out, man. We about to close out. CW said right. I had all that too, Sauce. All right. I don't know if y'all can hear me or see me. We're going to shut it down. Yeah, I don't know, man. Look. Yeah, we gonna shut it down, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. They messing with the frequency now, but appreciate all y'all that pulled up. Salute to everybody. Even salute to the guy that said I'm Beetlejuice, man. We laugh at that. Cause I be Beetlejuice, man. But it's L. You gotta call me LL Cool Beetlejuice. Call me LL Cool Beetlejuice. Just don't call me Beetlejuice. Call me LL Cool Beetlejuice.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimukeloa. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout-out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
Shout out to Shanewz Boxing.
In the arena, look who I got. Ring girl.
Hi, Arena. Miss you, girls.
Hey. Thank you.